Hey everyone, and welcome to Momentum channel. My name is Mo, and in this video I'm going to share my challenge on how I'm going to take my portfolio with stock market investing in Wealthsimple trade. This is the active portfolio they have, and take it from a $5,000 initial investment all the way to a $250,000 investment. That's my challenge. It's a new series that I'm going to introduce in here on Momentum channel, and every week we will provide an update on that, where we are and how we'll be able to grow this account. This is my non-registered account with Wealthsimple Trade here in Canada. Now, what we're going to do every week is take a close look at the positions that I have within the account, how many shares we have, and on top of that, we'll be discussing what shares I bought or sold within that past week. So let's get into it. But first things first, we are going to take a close look at the portfolio and what has been its return over the past several time periods. If you look at the portfolio right now, we are sitting at $15,852.09 Canadian dollars. In terms of the return, the 1 year return for this portfolio is showing to be 45%. It's a very decent return in a span of 1 year. If you look at the past 3 months return, we are looking at the return of 8%. The past 1 month return is showing to be about the same as 0%, slightly higher, $45, but barely a fraction of a percent. Our 1 week return is showing to be 2%. And lastly, our 1 day return, this is for the last trading day, Friday, is slightly a negative return of $66. Now, we're going to take a close look at the entire holdings that we have within this portfolio. As you notice here, we currently own 6 shares of Apple with ticker symbol AAPL. It is showing us a return of 4.34%. Next, we have 2 shares of Blink Charging company, and here we are showing a 27% return. These 2 shares are the ones that I've actually bought very recently, and I managed to buy them at a time where the Blink share prices have gone down quite a bit, and I knew that was a good entry point for me. And you can see within such a short span of time, we're already showing a 27% return. Bristol Myers is one of the pharmaceutical companies that I'm investing in, and it's one of my positions where I intend to hold them for a long time, and I absolutely love the dividend income that comes with it. We have 7 shares, and it's showing a 17.35% return. Bank of Nova Scotia is one of those Canadian stocks that we have. We have 13 shares currently, and it's showing a 26% plus return. Next, we have Salesforce, and here we have 3 shares of them, and it's showing a 3.64% return. Moving on, we have 8 shares of Corsair, and we are showing a negative 8.99% return here. Next, we have a number of exchange traded funds. These are Canadian ones. One is Emerge ARK FinTech Innovation ETF. These ones that we are reviewing, these are based on ARK Invest ETFs, but they are the Canadian versions of it based on the partnership that they have with Emerge. And here we have 3 shares showing a negative 0.72%, less than 1% return. Then we have EAGB, or Emerge ARK Genomics and Biotech ETF. We have 9 shares. We've been trying to add more to our positions and try to take advantage of dollar cost averaging. Right now, it's showing a negative 2.46% return. Next, we have EARK, or ARK Global Disruptive Innovation ETF. Here, we have 14 shares, and it's showing a negative 3.18% return. Moving on, we have Gilead Sciences. We have 4 shares, and it's showing a negative 3.95%. It is a dividend-paying company, and that's why we were holding on to them, and there's no plan to sell them at this time. Jet Global Crossing Airlines, we have 12 shares of those. These are some of the shares that I had bought a long time ago. They went through several ups and downs, and ultimately right now it's showing a negative 14% return. But in terms of the dollar value, it is not that terrible because these shares are quite cheap in terms of the dollar price. I think, as you can see there, each share is only worth $2.28. So we have the opportunity to actually dollar cost average and bring this negative percentage down. Next, we have 62 shares of Neo Lithium Corporation. Here we are showing a positive return of 1.88%. This position that we had was showing actually negative returns, so we tried to add to our holdings over time and try to manage to bring our cost average down. Pfizer, we have 20 shares. It's a nice dividend paying company, and we have 7.93% return positive on that one. Qualcomm is one of my semiconductor plays. We have 8 shares here and it's showing a positive of 7.45% return. Moving on, Real Matters is one of the Canadian companies that I've been investing in heavily on. It's one of those that I've actually recently made a video on here on this channel and talked about why I'm actually adding to my positions into Real Matters. I've been pretty much buying it almost every day, taking advantage of the lower and lower prices. I managed to actually bring down the negative percentage down, and right now we are only at negative 7.36%. Royalty Pharma, we have 29 shares of them, and we are showing a 7.19% return. And actually, that share does pay a dividend as well. Royal Bank of Canada, we have 5 shares here, and it is showing us a 17.27% return. Another Canadian bank, dividend-paying Canadian bank, is Toronto Dominion Bank with ticker symbol TD. We have 6 shares, and it is showing a positive return of 20.97%, close to 21% return. Next, we have one real estate play. We have VRE or Vanguard FTSE Canadian Capped REIT Index ETF. We have 11 shares, and it is showing a close to 9% positive return. Verizon is another company we have in the 5G play, 10 shares. It's showing a barely negative return of 0.19% negative. We have a few more exchange-traded funds, 2 more, XDV or BlackRock Canada iShares Canadian Select Dividend Index ETF. We have 4 shares, and it's showing a return of 21%. XDV was one of those dividend ETFs that I have been investing in, and they invest in a basket of various Canadian dividend-paying companies. This way, I get exposure to those companies and without having to pick them. And it's less active way of investing. That way, I don't have to worry about doing a lot of research on it. And it's obviously showing a positive return of 21% as we see here. And XIT is another ETF play. Here's more of a growth-focused company, focusing on growth information technology companies here in Canada. And this is an index ETF, 10 shares, and it's showing a positive return of 4.89%. All right, so let's take a close look at what have been my stock purchases over the span of the past week. As you can see here, we've bought 1 share of EARK for the price of $22.75. We've bought 1 share of Real Matters for the price of $15.50. We've also bought 1 share of VRE for the price of $32.07. We added more share of Real Matters. We add here 2 shares for the price of $15.18. We added 1 share of EAGB for the price of $24.20. We also bought 1 share of EARK for the price of $22.45. XIT is another purchase for the price of $45. VRE, we bought 1 more share at the price of $32.28. We bought 4 shares of Real for the price of $15.25. We bought a few more shares of actually Real. As I mentioned to you, we were trying to take advantage of dollar cost averaging, 5 shares at the price of $15.50. We bought 1 share of EARK for the price of $22.34 and 1 share at the price of $22.32. Those are our purchases for the week in discussion for the past 1 week. In terms of the dividend income over the past 1 week, we had 1 dividend payment from VRE for the amount of 61 cents Canadian dollars. Well, there you have it, folks. A quick review of my stock investment portfolio with Wealthsimple Trade and our challenge to grow that from the amount invested of $5,000 all the way to $250,000. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of this weekly challenge and perhaps whether you have any of these similar stocks or ETF in your stock investment portfolio. By the way, if you're new to investing, you might consider opening an account with Wealthsimple Trade, the brokerage firm that I've been using and the one that you just saw. There is a promotional link that you could use and the referral code, and that actually gives you $25 as a bonus, and it would also give me back the same amount. So that's a good way to support the channel if that's something that you're interested in to pursue. If you're interested in investing passively, you might consider then using Wealthsimple Invest, which is an alternative product offered by Wealthsimple, and that way you invest in the quality exchange traded funds indirectly, and Wealthsimple actually invests your money that you deposit into your account into those quality exchange traded funds. We have the referral link in the description of the video, so be sure to check them out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video beneficial and you gained something of value from it. Oh, and by the way, if you have not subscribed to Momentum channel, please be sure to do so. Here on Momentum, we post weekly various videos about stock market investing, finances, and financial freedom. Thank you, and I hope to see you next time.